flip-flop mountaineer. It's been a hot minute. We had the holidays and we traveled, so I just wanted to come on here to tell you the pros and the cons of city versus country. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the pros, the things that I really like the most about living rurally. And the first thing would be just the lifestyle itself. The simplicity, the living off the land as God intended, you know, actually growing your own food. The chickens that we have fresh eggs, you know, in the morning. There is work to that though. I mean, you do have to work, you got to feed them, you have to clean their pen, but we do have fresh eggs, so I enjoy that. And just something about being in a zip code where it's been untouched a lot by man's hands. You know, it's really kind of still natural. You know, I think that there's just like a peace that resides on the land in general, just because it's been untouched. So I just love, you know, getting back to maybe what we were intended to live like, you know, where it's more simple. Not saying that we don't have our same stresses, some of them that came from the city, you know, follow you to the rural too, but there's just something about when you grow food with your own hands, you put the seed in the ground yourself, you go out and you get your eggs from your own coop, you know, you kind of know where your food's coming from. So that is definitely a pro, especially now, I think in today's, you know, world. So definitely a pro there. And the other thing I would say is the cost of living is so much less for us here in Tennessee. I know that the prices of properties and whatnot are starting to increase because people are seeing the benefit of living the rural lifestyle. So even in Tennessee, we've seen an uptick in the property values, and even on our property taxes, it's gone up slightly, but it's not nearly what we were paying in Florida where we came from. You know, so the cost of living, our insurance, just to give you an example, is probably we're paying maybe either a quarter or a third of what we were paying both on auto and homeowners of what we were paying in Florida. Now granted, the house that we're in right now is a little bit smaller than what we had in Florida, but not by much, you know. So the homeowners insurance is less, auto insurance is less, our property taxes are crazy less, you know, than what we had in Florida. So the cost of living is a pro for sure from where we came from, but you're going to need to analyze that yourself from the part of the country that you're in right now and make sure that's still the case if you're going rural. Just do your homework, check, make sure that the cost of living is going to either be less or equate to what you have now, you know, before you make that leap to move to a rural part of the country. Probably the other thing that I truly love is just like what you see behind me. You know, we live in the mountains, so I mean, I can be at a state park, I can be hiking, I can be, you know, just outdoors. You know, you're just encouraged to be outdoors when you live in a rural place like this. It beckons you to come and just enjoy the beauty. So I'm out today. We had that snowstorm, so it's been a hot minute since I've been able to get out of the house. We were actually snowed in for, I guess we got the snowfall on Friday morning, but my last day out of the house was Thursday to get our preparation items in case we lost power. So I went out to the store Thursday, and today's Tuesday, so it's been a while since I've been able to drive the roads because they're just not equipped, you know, here, since we don't get large amounts of snow. We got about 6 inches to 7 inches pretty much across the whole area, and they're just not accustomed to getting that because we're like right where Tennessee, Georgia, and North Carolina meet, so it's just not normal for us to get an accumulation like we did with this last storm. So anyway, so it's good to be outside is what I'm saying. And this is one of my favorite spots, just in case you're wondering. I've done some videos on this spot. This is actually Chilliwack. It's a state park, and I was going to try to go all the way up to the top, but unfortunately there's still snow when you get higher up. So I just pulled off at one of the overlooks here just so I could make a video and kind of connect with you with the pros and cons, city versus rural. But it is beautiful, as you can see. It's just gorgeous up here. So a lot of the snow has melted, but not when you get to the higher elevations. It's still, you know, icy, and it's just dangerous for me to drive all the way up. So I just stayed kind of, you know, mid-range on the mountains here. But anyway, those are the pros for the most part. Let's talk about the cons. There are cons to living rural. The first con, which I think you may have heard me mention before, would be job market. So if you're like we are and you're not retirement age and you're not coming with a career, already intact or transferring with a career, you may want to rethink that. That's been probably the biggest obstacle and hurdle. We've been here 4 years, and my husband, it took him 4 years to get into the company that he's been trying to get into since we got here. But what we learned, and this is something that you may want to keep in mind, is if you are going to be looking for a job where we are, it is small town USA. So a lot of getting into these better companies, you have to know somebody on the inside, or at least have a reference from somebody who's local. So if you come and you don't know anybody locally and you're trying to get into a certain place, in these small towns, we've learned that a lot of times it's who you know. So it's taken us 4 years to get him in his place, so now it's my turn. I still haven't found my place yet, but I am working some remotely, but my hours have greatly diminished, so definitely in the market to gain more clients, or I might have to bite the bullet and have to drive in and commute somewhere, which I'm trying not to do since we live about 45 minutes outside of the closest small city. I'll put it that way. So anyway, so that's a con. The other con would be this. Depends on your age. Think about where you're at in life, and think about what you're gonna need. Like my daughter, for example, they just moved up here, which I'm tickled pink. My grandbabies are up here, so that's beautiful. I love it. So they're right up the mountain from us, but if they have to run to the store for diapers, if they have to run to the store for milk, if they forget something, it's a 25-minute journey to the Dollar General or to the nearest small grocery store chain. So that can be a con, because if you have kids that are into sports, or they're into music lessons or whatever, if they're involved in different things, if you have young kids, unless you're going to be doing everything from your homestead, you might want to rethink that. And then the other thing too, and this is kind of bizarre, but I have to bring it up, is if you're an extrovert, rural life may not be for you. I'm just saying. I am kind of in the middle. I'm kind of both introvert and extrovert, and I'm kind of a balance of both. So for me, it's not an issue, because I can be in the quiet and not have anybody talk to me for a while and be fine with that. But the one thing I do miss, and this is the extrovert introvert thing, is those deep relationships, that I had, that I left behind with real good friends, like that were sisters, that you could kind of tell everything to and take here and there. So I'm trying to foster relationships, and that, I've been here 4 years, and I think it's harder when you're from another part of the country, to kind of break into the culture of where you're moving to, because the culture is very different here. So I'm working at relationships, and not saying I don't have friends, I do, but I'm talking about like sisterhood, like your sisters, making those sisterhood friendships have been challenging. So if you're somebody who's an extrovert, you may want to rethink the country life. It may not be for you. So just saying that, putting that out there for whatever it's worth. And then, I have to tell you, if I had to do it all over, I would move to the country. Even though we've had our challenges financially, it's been difficult, because of the job situations and trying to get established. But I would do it all over again. There's just something about being in a part of the world where you're growing your own food, where the land is, untainted, or less tainted, I should say. I'm not saying it's untainted, we've got roads and stuff, but it's just less tainted than what you would get in the city. And the quality of life, I think for mind, body, soul, and spirit, is just there. You can't put a price on that. So I would do it all over again, even with our struggles. So it's Flip-Flop Mountain here. I really need for you to do me a favor though. I asked for you today to like and subscribe. I really need for you to do that for me. It will help me greatly, because right now I'm doing this all for free. But it would just greatly help me if you could actually get me out there, get me in front of more people, so that hopefully one day it'll be funded so I could bring you more material and more informational videos on this part of the country and homesteading, and also what I enjoy, which you'll see on my channel. I take you on a lot of hikes and take you exploring in different parts of where we are, the tri-state area. I take you into Georgia, North Carolina, and we do some of the different things that are outdoors things here. So please like and subscribe, and please keep watching my channel, share it with somebody you know. And I just thought I might just show you a couple of the scenes that I saw today on my way up here. The snow's melting, like I said, and just had a chance to stop at some of the overlooks and just take some pictures. So I just hope you enjoy, and hope you can see the beauty in the rural lifestyle. And if it's not for you, that's okay. There's some people that need to stay in the city so us country folks can go into the city and get what we need. So keep on keeping on, and like and subscribe, and I really greatly appreciate your time. Flip Flop Mountaineer.